and go to UBA or GT Bank. When you finish paying that money, they will give you one pink paper. Then you will carry it to the party headquarters or your district office. Then the people will verify it. They will give you your original receipt and your due book. And don't forget that only $1 US or $200 liberty you will pay every month. If you won't pay more than that, no problem. Because this party called CDC have to survive. And the mobile money number is 0886 097451.
Amanda, Maipuye, Liberia, Double
String.
Aha, y'all want it good. Put the giant ready to take over.
Like
Y'all want it Robbie, Papa come here again. Y'all want it Ro Papa Georgie come here again. Y'all want it Ro Mama Joe come here again. Who want it Ro City come here again. Now they walk country giant come so better more and more. I say you're better more. It's about to get away. We come here again. Who wanna rush CDC come here again?
Good evening again and welcome to another edition of the CDC Hour. Today is Friday. Today is the weekend's edition of the program. The CDC Hour itself is a 60-minute activities of the Congress for Democratic Change and other issues affecting the body politics of our country. Today is Friday, August 29, 2025. And we will continue today with reconciliation messages in the CDC after the eviction of our party headquarters and the subsequent temporary party office on 5th Street around the Satan area at the District 8 district headquarters, where the CDC is squatting for now. We will discuss all of that, and we will be coming to you with other issues, including but not limited to the drug crisis in the country. But we'll be right back after a bit of our theme song. Thank you so much and welcome back to the CDC Hour. If you are watching on the live feed, Fumba OK Nyeng, Zie, Gonga, Miritule, Fatou Sharif, all of you please share the video so that other people can be able to join the broadcast. This is the CDC Hour. Today is the weekend's edition. And, you know, the CDC itself, as we continue to say, is Liberia's biggest grassroots political movement. Last Saturday, the government of Liberia, the Unity Party government, masterminded the demolition and eviction of the CDC headquarters. On the property that we have been in for over 19 to 20 years. And after the eviction, the party, the CDC, wrote the National Elections Commission informing that body about the party moving to a temporary office on 5th Street that is around the Plumcore area in Say Town. For those of you who are in District 8, it is the District 8 headquarters of the CDC. We have moved there, and partisans are now trooping there every day on a daily basis to perform activities, to do the work of the party. We have been there. The chairman has always been there. That is the home of the chairman right now. There where he's operating from, there is where he is doing the work of the party from. And so if you are a seditious wanting to go to the headquarters of the party, if you had, purpose going to the headquarters of the party, or if you have a work to do for the party and you want to do it at the party's office, the best thing you can do for yourselves now is to go to Plumco in Cinco, right after Jallastown, at the District 8 headquarters, where Honorable Akaras Gray and his District 8 people are housed at that party's office in Plumco. So the CDC headquarters was evicted and subsequently demolished by the government of Liberia. We saw a piece from Councillor Tiawon Sei Gonglo, one of the legal luminaries of this country, and he gave a very perfect opinion of how he feels about what happened at the CDC headquarters. And if you go to Councillor Gonglo's page, go to other news outlets like the DTV, Shan Liberia, and other media outlets on the Facebook Live, you are going to see the opinion of the Councillor Tiawon Sei Gonglo. The government, in fact, was in the wrong. The government grossly misused power. The government stepped across its bound to make sure that the CDC party headquarters was evicted, because President Joseph Numa Boakai, since coming to power, has had this malice, has had this vendetta of making sure, in his words, to erase the CDC from Liberia's political maps. Okay, and as a matter of fact, that is not possible. The CDC, if you look at its foundation, especially on the basis of grassrootism, the ordinary people being the fundamental pillars of this party, you cannot erase the CDC from Liberia's political map. If you had ever thought on that is erasing the CDC, as President Boakai had intimated to some of his confidants, then I can assure you that before you do that, your very self, it is you that will be erased, decimated from Liberia's political map. So nobody should think about that. The CDC is stronger than anyone would think. The CDC is not a party of individual. The CDC is an institution, founded entrenched on the sweat and blood of the grassroots majority of our people, and that is why the Liberian people since 2005 have done everything to give their all to the survival of the Congress for Democratic Change. Make no mistake, the CDC is here to stay. The CDC is here for generations to come. The CDC is here as that beacon of hope for the Liberian people, the voice of the voiceless, people who cannot speak for themselves, people who are going through the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. People who are going through a government's unorthodox behaviors, people who cannot speak for themselves. Like I said, the CDC is here as a voice for them. The CDC is the voice of the voiceless. We speak for you where you cannot speak, where your voice is faint. We speak for you where your voice is low. We speak for you where you cannot turn. We speak for you where your rights is trampled upon. Your rights are trampled upon. This is the kind of party we are, and we have been doing that for the last 20 years because the people that support the CDC. If you look at the demographics of people that support the CDC, they are from the slums, They are from the ghettos. They are from the disadvantaged communities all across the country. And so we cannot go back on our words to speak loudly for the disenfranchised citizens of this country. And that's why even when the CDC headquarters was being demolished, when it was demolished up to now, the common people, the common citizens, right, as Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn would say, in a disrespectful manner to President Weah, the common citizens, we are saying it in a very respectful manner because we know that the common citizens are the backbones of the CDC. So the party itself cannot operate. The party itself cannot succeed. The party could never have succeed, especially taking state power without the sweat and blood, the contribution, the commitment, the loyalty, the dedication to its ideals, principles, culture, tradition of the Liberian people. Those who believe in this movement are going a long way. Their children, their children's children will meet this movement and become leaders of this movement. And because this is a movement where people are going, people are coming, people are resigning, people are joining, people have left, people have come, people have been expelled, people have been, other people have been recruited. And so this is the kind of party we operate. So this party is not subjugated to any individual. This is a party for the Liberian people, founded on the principles of grassrootism, on the principles of populous people's movement. This is the kind of party we are operating. And our political leader, the leader of the CDC, George Weah, is that peace icon, the most, not necessarily important, but the most popular Liberian alive. George Weah is the most popular Liberian alive. And so that's why we are continue to be confronted with, the naysayers are going to be confronted with this party for many years, many years to come, right? This is where we are. So seditions, on the basis of all this, it is incumbent upon you, it is quite imperative that we unite. We unite around one purpose. We unite around one single idea. And that idea is to reposition this party. And we ask the National Executive Committee of this party, we ask the political leader and the leadership of the Congress for Democratic Change, the party, the institution, the movement, the people so much loved, to recalibrate, re-energize, re-strategize, and reopen the movement to people of diverse opinions. Okay, and I'm being made to understand that it is being done. It is being done. Okay. The CDC is being reorganized. The CDC is being restructured from the zonal level to the district level, to the county level, to the National Executive Committee level. So we have been evicted from our party headquarters. Look, do not pity yourselves, seditions. Don't do that. Do not pity yourselves. Let people pity you. You have been pitied by many since the demolition of our headquarters. The kind of empathy, that we have received as a political party are enormous. The empathy from the Liberian public, the empathy from the international community has been enormous. So people are now sharing your story. Your story is on the front pages of international dailies, local dailies. Your story is on the front pages of Liberian newspapers. Your story is on the front pages, is at the headlines of the international media. So do not pity yourselves. People will pity you. People are pitying you. And that's why the conditions are being created. The conditions are being created since the demolition of your headquarters. The political act, that was a political action. That was a political decision of the government to see the CDC homeless. We are not homeless. We have our home. The home of the CDC is in the hearts of the people. The home of the CDC is in the minds of the people. Do not waver. Do not waver. Do not pity yourselves. Once you continue to pity yourself as a human being, that is the beginning of failure. You cannot fail. The CDC cannot fail. We will only re-energize, we will re-strategize, and we will do everything possible to bring the CDC back to power. The CDC is not about George Weah. This is a party well above any individual interest. And that is why we are now building our own headquarters. We are moving from renting and leasing to building our own headquarters. And we commend the political leader because he's the leader of this party. We commend the political leader, the National Executive Committee, for the far-sightedness being shown over the last 72 hours. Okay, since the demolition of the CDC headquarters. We have been resilient. Citizens, you have been resilient. There have been a lot of pledges coming forth. Look, I can assure you, the resources to build this headquarters will not come from the pockets of the political leader. It is not going to come from the pockets of National Executive Committee members. The proceeds, the financial resources to build this headquarters will come from the pockets of the Liberian people. It will come from the pockets of diehard citizens. It will come from the pockets of sympathizers, well-wishers to this party. They have already begun to do so. People are pledging. People are contributing. People are contributing their meager resources, cement, tiles, even moral resources. People are contributing their labor. People have been telling us that, look, we are only waiting for the date for the groundbreaking of this for this edifice. We will come, we will put our bag of cement on our head, we will march from our houses on the street and take those bags of cement to the CDC new site. And we will use our bare hands. We will use our materials, our hooks, our diggers, our shovels, our rakes. We will use them to clear the cities, that site for the CDC to build, because we will not waver supporting this party. We will continue to be here, and we will continue to give our all, our contribution, our labor, our resources, both finance and moral, both financial and moral resources. We are going to contribute. Somebody told me this morning, the person called me this morning and said, Mr. Sheriff, I said, yes. He said, do not worry. He said, if you can reach to George Weah, tell him to not worry. The only thing we want is let him show us where our office will be built. He said, I will provide 100 bags of cement. And he said, I have people who are willing to give money, to give cement, to contribute tiles and everything to contribute rice, food, to contribute food for those who will be working. Say we are ready to do that. So do not be worried and upset. He said, what happened to us is a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing in disguise. And you guys are going to know. You are going to know in time to come that what happened to the CDC on Saturday is a blessing to the CDC. It's not a curse. The enemies thought they did it for the bad, but it will turn out to be a good thing for us, because even the United Party people, supporters of the government, are angry with their own people. They are angry with their own people. And so we have now a breathing space. We are building our own headquarters. The guy said, we commend the party for that. We commend the CDC political leader for that. We commend the National Executive Committee. And they said, the guy says, since the demolition of the headquarters, I have created more love for the CDC than I ever had. I said, wow. And he said, if you reach in my community, you will get to understand that more people have started to create more love for CDC than ever before. So this is where we are. So why can't we get united? Why can't we come together? The demolition and eviction of our headquarters to serve as a recipe. It should serve as a factor for seditions to unite. It should serve as that single most purpose for the CDC people to come together and unite around one purpose. We come here every day. Our reason for coming here every day is to inform you. We live very far. We come from different persuasions. But we come here to make sure to inform you about issues in the CDC. The country is mobilizing. The country is mobilizing against the government. Let me say so. The country is mobilizing against the government. The country is mobilizing in favor of the CDC. These people will be defeated. Trust me. These people will be defeated. This group of state pillagers, criminals who are presiding at the helm of the state, will be defeated. They have nothing to offer. They do not understand governance. That's why you are suffering. Are your lives better than before? Are your lives better than 2 years ago? No. Businesses are shutting down. There will be more kids out of school this year. The principal of the school which my kids are attending called me yesterday and told me, Mr. Sharif, we have not even had 15 people registering since the registration started. She said, people are not registering their children because the country is very tough. And that's the same thing the president said. President Bouaka said the country is hard. So what did he do? He set up a committee. He set up a committee led by the vice president, right? Even though all of them are getting their share of the spoils. He set up a committee led by the vice president. He said what? Giving them the mandate to to reduce the prices of commodities on the Liberian market. But the president missed the mark because he has an economic management team led by the Ministry of Finance, inclusive of the Ministry of Commerce, the Central Bank of Liberia, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Liberia Business Association, and all of those entities. But he left them and appointed a vice president to spearhead that. The president is overwhelming the vice president with a lot of things. The vice president does not able this thing. The president is tired. The president wants to rest. The president wants to rest. So the president said the country is hard. He said the country is hard. Imagine schools that have over 300 students, 500 students. 500 students cannot get registered. Not even 50 people have registered in some of those schools. Parents are crying that there is no money for them to register their children. Businesses are shutting down. If you go to Waterside, if you go to Red Light, people are not doing business. When they buy their goods more than 1 week, 2 weeks, they cannot sell, they cannot do business because nobody to buy. The circular flow is not happening in the economy. The money is up there. It's been stolen by people who are at the top. The private sector is non-functional, is non-existent. Government cannot provide jobs for the people. Instead, they are dismissing people from their jobs. So a lot of people are getting out of jobs. Families cannot find food to eat. In fact, somebody told me to eat in Liberia now a day is like an achievement in this country. If you have food for you and your family to eat, it's like an achievement to many families across the country. This is the level at which the country is. The country is down. Rescue is a scam. Rescue has failed. Rescue has failed. If you go to Waterside, you go to Macklin Street, you go to Red Light, everywhere across Montserrat County, city police are running behind marketers. The people are already finding it difficult to sustain their families. They cannot make ends meet. They cannot get ends meet for they and their family. But then the government agents in the security sector are chasing them, confiscating their goods, confiscating their markets. The people are complaining. And it is some of those people that brought the government to power. Should we sit and look at them and don't speak for them? No. Yes, they brought their government to power. But what is happening to them, what the government is doing to them, we will need to speak. We need to speak on their behalf. We need to speak on their behalf. We need to speak on their behalf. Because they are going through a lot. How would they send their children to school? They cannot. There are many students who will be out of school this year. As we are speaking, professors at the University of Liberia have put down their tools. They are protesting. They say they're not going to go to into the classroom because the government owed them more than 10 months. But these guys are all on the pavement. The government agents are on the pavement and say government agents are are saying that, they are regular with salaries, they don't owe anybody, but then you owe university professors for more than 10 months. And the president of the UL, Dr. Lily Mapayan, I think that's her name, we are understanding that she is about to resign. She is considering making a decision to resign as president of the University of Liberia because the government is not investing into the university. The government is not investing into the infrastructure of the university. There is no infrastructure upgrade at the University of Liberia. So the president of the UL has threatened to resign. Teachers have put down their checks. They said they cannot go to the classroom because the government owed them 10 months or more. But then the government is spending on over 40 individuals from different sectoral ministries and agencies to go to Japan, only to deepen ties. In their words, they say they deepen ties with Japan with 40 human beings, spending over 600,000 United States dollars of public money, spending over 10,000 US dollars on every individual that they took on that trip to Japan. They went and married, they ate uncontrollably, they drank uncontrollably, and then they came back with their hands swinging. The president came back with his hands swinging again on another international trip when he spent millions of public resources. This is the government we have. The president has had over 14 international trips since his inauguration in 2024. Over 14 international trips. What has he brought to the country? Only MOUs. No dividend from the travels of the president. No dividends. The drug crisis is alarming in the country. The president has again dismissed the entire senior management team. The entire senior management team at the LDA. But let me say this. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency is rotten to the core. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency is facilitating the importation and the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency is facilitating drugs. They are the main facilitators of the drug trade in the country. The LDEA. Let me repeat. The LDEA, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, instead of being an agency to combat illicit drugs, to get into an anti-drug campaign, they are the ones facilitating drugs into the country. They are the ones who connive with all of the major drug kingpin across the country. And we are being made aware that the son of the president, the children of the president, are allegedly some of the individuals who are the biggest drug importers into the country, because most of those drug cartelists who have been arrested and arraigned before court are friends to the son of the president. But the president just went ahead to dismiss the entire hierarchy of the Drug Enforcement Agency. Is it a good thing? Yes, it is a good thing that the president dismissed them. But what is remained to be dealt with is the fact that even when a deputy director general at the Drug Enforcement Agency for administration, Mr. Gui Tokpa, going on the government's platform at the MICAD to say that government officials are the ones facilitating drugs in the country, there was no investigation. This guy is a whistleblower. He blew the whistle and exposed, in an attempt to expose those officials of government, according to him, from the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Those three branches of government, he said, there are people, officials of government, who are importing drugs to the country. The government did not investigate that, and the president dismissed the guy. The president dismissed the guy and brought in people from the police and the NSA. And we are again made to understand that the new interim management team that the president just appointed, they are some of the worst people. They are some of the worst people. Those guys are accused. There's accusation. There are accusations against them that some of them have been involved into illegal activities, giving arms to armed robbers in the night to go and arm rob and bring the proceeds for them to distribute. Some of those appointed by the president to be part of the interim management team. So this is the kind of drug enforcement agency we have. But all in all, the president is not serious. Let me say it today. The president is not serious. The president is not ready to combat drugs. If the president is ready to combat drugs, he should start from rehab. Right behind his house, Tantan is there. His son, Tantan, is there. But if we cannot bring to justice those who are importing the drugs, you cannot stop those who are consuming it. It's not possible. Because in economics, they have something called supply and demand. Once the commodity is in high supply, the prices will drop. The price of the commodity will drop once the commodity is in supply. If there is high demand for the commodity, the price will increase because it will be difficult to find. It will be difficult to find. That's simple economics. So once drugs continue to come to this country, once people continue to import drugs into this country, you're going to find a lot of buyers. It's going to be cheap. People will afford it. They sell drugs as cheap as $100 Liberian. That's how the guys buy it. But if you set up, look, what a government needs to do, for example, is to have drones at the borders to capture, to have CCTV drones at the border to capture people who will bringing whatever to the country, But you cannot deploy a group of human beings at the border who are very corrupt, who are masterminding, who are agents of drug lords. Because a lot of those people at the DEA who are at the borders, a lot of those immigration people who are at the borders are agents. They are working for drug importers. They are working for drug dealers. Before they come to the border, before they reach to the borders with their drugs, they take phones and call their agents who are in the security sector. Oh, my man, I'm coming. We are coming. I'm coming. I'm bringing the commodity, over $50,000 commodity. I'm bringing. So when they come, they spend money. They cross it. That's the drug trade. And drug has a very strong way of fighting back. It is drugs that is fighting back. That's fighting the government. The drug is fighting back. And no matter who the president put at the DEA, once he does not have the political will to fight this drug, it is going to fail. It is already failing. You cannot have over 2,500 people in the DEA who you gave uniforms to, right? And you cannot pay them. There are over 2,500 people at the DEA who are doing voluntary work. And those are the people who are assigned at the borders. How possible is that? How can you fight drug like that? $1 million trade, $1 million commodity trade. Then you insert people at the border who are doing voluntary work, who are volunteering. They are not on payroll. It means that anybody who brings drugs, the guys are going to use the situation to pay themselves because you're not paying them. You're not paying them. They are working on a voluntary basis. They don't have salaries. At the end of the day, they will pay themselves at the expense of the Liberian people, at the expense of our brothers and sisters who are smoking drugs. Everybody is just saying the same thing. The president's son is selling drugs. The president's son is selling drugs. The president's children are selling drugs. And they are not the only ones saying it. The government itself, from the government itself, people said government officials are in the habit of bringing drugs to the country. They are the ones importing the drugs. The chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, Councillor Dempster Brown, in an interview with Front Page Africa and other news networks, said government officials are importing drugs to the country and they are using the drugs trade to make money and spend those monies in the election in 2029 to get undue advantage. That's what Councillor Dempster Brown said. How can we fight the drugs? So you are listening to, if you are there, you are listening to the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5. If you are there now, you can begin to place your calls on 0772 239933, 0886 304497, or the lone female line on 0777980375. You can begin now to place your calls on those numbers: 0772 239933, 0886 30 for the phone at the 0777980375. We have our first caller on the line. Let's go there. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes, let's hear you.
Hello?
I'm getting you loud and clear.
Okay. I'm Makadiatu Sherry from the 5.
Okay.
the land the drug issue. It's about that playing on yourself. He fooling yourself. Because you can't deal with the other people then. Discuss with the other people then you say he's taking them from jobs. Your children and selling drugs. Like the more biggest cartel in a country. Then can't our CDC. CDC, that message he will destroy CDC, you will not even. In fact, more than the CDC getting strong more and more. So let me sit down there. You must not think about the promise what you promised the Liberian people. You're not doing nothing. But the most thing we're hurting me about it, you're not young, you old. So you're not thinking about it. Like your old age now, you're thinking about. So that Liberian people will suffer.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Kadiadu Sharif. Let's go to the line to talk to our next caller. Hello?
Hello, Ishaka.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Mamre calling from Street Concord.
Yeah, Mamre, let's hear you.
Behind the party headquarters.
Oh, you are the party headquarters now?
No, where I live.
Oh, the temporary headquarters.
Yeah, so I think I'm blessed. They work for me. Yeah, Ishaka. About the drugs business, they come making for drugs because they didn't want selling it drugs. You know when the people started, they stop them because they know the community people are going to be holding people until they get to his children. That's why they stop it. But I want request, I really want to ask you for you to do for our children because nobody will say my child is not affected. One way or the other, your family child is in it. When they bury the party headquarters, are begging them, let them put it into that they can help to build a place for the boys. Some of them really want to leave the street, but where to go? To help too, because sometimes the children CDC will help to take the drugs from out of them. Tomorrow they will be part of us.
Okay.
I've been thinking on that thing.
Okay, thank you so much. But it is the government's biggest responsibility to do that. We're not in power.
Yeah, we know,
we can try, but we're not in power. So let's take another caller. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Ishaka.
Yeah, Mabenu.
Yeah, no, my boy. I'm having a time of that to our wife. Ishaka, their job in it. Why the finish will be very hard. Because they come in here inside. You see what they do after they say they only give for drug. They don't say no to drug. What they want to do, when they want to plan to blindfold people, they say no for drug. No one.
Oh, my baby went off. Let's go to the line to talk to another caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, that's Cdc Babe calling from Mama Point.
Yes, Cdc Babe.
Yeah. You see, they drug business to find the drugs to be out for what I said to it. And that's how they put it. So the people that want to tell the other you know, we have to do money for our pocket to be our children. So this we just have to pray to God to help us. Or everybody have to be on their children. Their children. It's not so that only God will help us for this drug business. The moment the president is so the drug they carry in Japan, they go sell it in Akamaga here. They got nothing for the government. They just can't see now here. Then they take care of the drugs all over saying the drug will actually. One day we're going to be selling the drug here for $50. They just be producing the children will just be so let's pray to God. Let God help us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CDC Papi. Let's go to the line to talk to another caller. Hello?
Good evening, Shaka.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, this is fine. And I phone from Cardwell, New Jersey, Norfolk.
Yeah, let's hear you. Let me ask. During George Weah administration, President Boakai and Jeremiah Kuhn, when they were campaigning, they said openly that it was George Weah the president then who was bringing drugs to the country. The government was bringing drugs to the country. So who is bringing the drugs now?
Okay, thank you. That's a wonderful question. The first thing about the drugs issue, drugs did not start coming in the country through George Weah. Drugs started coming in the country from early time. And this drugs issue was something that Vanny Sherman and other people noticed earlier. And they started alarming the president, former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but she did not listen. Now, to do a balanced equation of the drugs issue in our country, if you look at George Weah 6 years, former president George Manuel Weah 6 years, compare it to Joseph Boakai at least 2 years. Ishaka, let's call it spade or spade. President Boakai made massive when it comes to sweating drugs. President Boakai have won cases. President Boakai have put people behind bar in the country. He has dismissed people from LDA.
Okay, let me ask you that. Let me ask you a question. Right? You said President Boakai has done all of those things, right?
Yeah.
But the drug situation in the country is almost like the government say you're opening the border there, everybody bring the drugs, and the Human Rights Commission director say it is the government officials that are bringing drugs to the country. The DEA deputy director, who was just dismissed, said the deputy director at the DEA said it is the government officials who are bringing drugs to the country. So,
okay,
how is the government fighting drugs?
Thank you very much, Ishaka. If you can retrospect and be honest to the platform, 6 years ago we lost $1 million worth of drugs case in the country during George Weah. Now, to what you asking, the deputy director at LDA, we admitted that people within the government they are doing drugs. Now, Ishaka, let's ask ourselves.
Okay, let's take another caller. Hello.
Good evening, Ishaka. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, that is Edmoka. You see, that is a defection. When we are discussing the national issue that has to do with Liberia, we discuss it with seriousness. How do you do comparison like that? You have an agency that is responsible to fight drugs in the country. Say your president that you're talking about took over, you have dismissed 6 persons. And he not even applying the administrative experience that he should have. Because how do you have 3 persons occupying a position, and then anything something happen there, you let go all 3 of them, it happened first. The second time again, they are happy he just dismissed the 3 guys.
And the confusing the most confusing thing is the man who blew the whistle, the whistleblower, who was one of the deputy directors, said the government officials are bringing drugs. He dismissed the man.
He dismissed the man. That is a whistleblower. He's supposed to protect him. And then one of the guys but I said in the last time that they got on a job. The moment he said higher up in the government, part of the drug thing, I said that guy was going to go. Then the other guy who was also dismissed along with him, he harassed one other guy, one other officer to release his daughter. He said that his daughter that was doing drugs. As you speak, that brother is on the road coming on the international community for him. What do you do now? If you as a government that is serious to fight drugs, you will call for that guy to come give him protection and even educate him? They are computers, they don't have logistics. They are computers, they don't have pay. In fact, the guy who is on the run now, according to him, not even on payroll. He's been volunteering for Liberia.
Over 2,000 people at the LDEA are not on payroll. They are paying themselves at the borders.
So how do you fight drugs? They make up to me, I offer him $500 to carry my drug. He will refuse it? He will not. Man, that's it, man.
Thank you for your call. Thank you for your contribution. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Good evening, Ishaka.
Yes, good evening.
And good evening to the Peace Committee of local country.
Yeah, Mohammed Donzo.
Some of these guys want to come on the platform. They are sound like on discussion. What are you saying? How is it? Well, can you imagine if President that time the budget of DES was much, harder than President Bwaka? Can you imagine that? Then he's telling me that President Bwaka is threatening us. If you come on our platform, it should be somebody who come on the platform and speak reality and speak the truth. But don't be a spineless person just like yeah. This on your platform. Your government is bringing drugs within our nation. They are pouring out new business. So you and your president son, they are bringing jobs, and you are calling them your job addicts. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much. Let's take another caller. Hello?
Yeah, Ishaka.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's look at this scenario of the deputy director.
What's your name?
Who's saying that people in the government selling drugs?
That is him, Mayor.
The deputy. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I get you.
Are you calling from New
Jersey? Director LDA has the right to meet and steam government officials that are selling drugs. But instead of doing it, he came on the platform to say that people in the government selling drugs. It means the fact he's aiding and bedding the drug dealing.
But you were appointed by the president.
To remove him.
And the president appointed him there.
He has the right to go and meet people qualifying that selling drugs. What it means? Because drugs are emergency case. But he refused to call me and only he left it open. It was wrong. So he knew the people that selling the drugs. And he exactly joined for the drug, let the drug get money. So the president was right.
Okay, let's go to the line to talk to another person. Hello? Okay. If you are there, you can. Okay, let's go to it now to talk to another person. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
My name is calling from Sema. So we are discussing the party here.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm going to check there. I'm going to there tomorrow. By Monday, I'm cooking heavy and carry there. My partner will be there working.
Okay.
I was going there to work.
Monday I'll be there. I'll say you must be my own fool.
I'm cooking 20 about rest. Will react to the buggy and carry there. That the first one coming set. Then the me area now on going there for that everything on the starting now. Now on fire your dead is over. I know what to do. So tomorrow, Monday, I'm cooking that food and carry there.
When you go in there, you must call me. Okay, so give me your number so I can eat some.
Yeah?
Give me your number so I can eat some that rent.
0775.
0775.
379489.
379489.
Yeah, the man number there.
Okay.
When you can't see about that, I'm for CDC Lao.
Okay.
You will find me the show by now.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The partisans will be waiting for you. Let's go to the line to talk to another caller. Hello?
Mr. Ishaka Sherry, this is Sata Kiazulu.
Sata Kiazulu.
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. These people, they just see the CDC. We will run away from CDC and Allah. They need us to get strong. We are stronger than ever before. The day we just want to hear where they start, when they starting the project, I will go there. If I don't have money, but I will throw water, I will throw cement on my head. Oh, let me, I will throw cement on my head. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello?
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 Yes, hello.
Yeah, this is Mazumo calling from Punjab, sir.
Yes, let's hear you.
People saying the president now is not serious to fight the drug. The whistleblower that said the government in the cooking jar. It don't even take 1 week. But on business from the FDA, to honor the country will drop. Then he started telling the people say if you are not released that day, you will not get uniform. And because when they don't release that in secret, they want to get together for on the road. They're looking for him to pay me, the way they carry all the ball to go away. So he said, Joseph Walker was serious. Things that he said you don't like. Somebody telling you where you're coming from, how it's happening. Then you go move out for this job. They are not serious to fight this law. I'm sorry for the people that want their children is falling. And because our children is falling, even when your own and your sister, your brother, they are out there. Tomorrow you don't know where they will be. So we can't see that day and they know what they're doing. Because they're not getting money from nowhere. So I want to bring it from in a country to be selling it so that they will do whatever they want to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have another caller. Hello.
Yeah, Ishaka, good evening.
Good evening, Spencer.
Good evening, Ishaka. Ishaka, I know, since
Mohammed Donzo.
Yeah.
Well, you call first.
Yeah.
Mohammed, you call first.
The former citizen of Montserrat is very fun. I listen to her, they go all time, she was saying that was trash for her mother. She calls her a mother. Can you imagine a mother can put chain on their phone? A mother can spray their hair? That woman, she wakes up easy.
No, we're not discussing her here. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Let's take the last. Mabelu?
Yeah, Shaka, I was calling.
Oh, Mabelu, we don't have time now. We don't have time. We are out of time. We are out of time. Let's take the last caller and call it a day. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Minister.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Victoria calling from Joseph.
Victoria, let's hear you.
Thank you very much, my brother. You know, the people don't get nothing. They lie, they come to power. That when they kill a person, we are breaking kush, a person, we are breaking just. But the job, because when a person goes somewhere, the people look at men. They don't get in fact because they look at men, how a condition looking. They are within the country. The way in foreign police are actually beating the sentences, killing people, running the country, they are rebel in power. And they kind of men are international commission will look at money and paying to come between the country when the criminal and cancer behind. And everything everywhere you go that is going, you can pray for the people that voted for you, you can always make a shame. And when made a right decision to do it, go to the city. When we're walking, we can put our head again, we can be smile, we can be moving, we can be proud because we don't make wrong decision for the people. But those that made a wrong decision for the people, they are feeling they are going through, and on the 17th they will break the ground for our fire color. We will be there, we will hold water. One of me, I'm sharing for the two. We will be there, we will hold water. Well, what we're able to do with our political will be built and 2029. They will see you there. Because
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chair Lady. Thank you so much, Chair Lady. You got a fun time to come on the radio. Thank you so much. This is all we have time for. You have been listening to the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5. For those of you who've been on the live feed, we have been here for the last 60 minutes. Today is the weekend. Until you see me here, will be on Monday, inshallah, as I will be here to bring you a very new topic, a very new discussion on the CDC in our country. Until then, my name is Ishaka Sharif. Bye-bye.
You better move on the road.